Hello and welcome back to another tutorial with BoxerGaming. Today we're going to have a look at one of the most underutilized machines in FTB, in my opinion. Like, it's the filler. The filler is very awesome, it's very cheap, and it does so much cool stuff that almost no one knows about, or maybe you know about it but you sort of always forget about it, and that's including me. But let's go have a look and see what it does. So first of all, it's called the filler. It's a buildcraft machine, and you need some ink sac, a landmark, you know, some dandelion yellow, and some golden gears. You know how to make golden gears, I'm presuming. If you don't, look it up. Very simple. That makes you a filler. Very, very cheap. Just some gold, really is the most expensive item. For landmarks, you want to get a redstone torch and some lapis on top. You just want a couple of them. You don't need many. And I would get a redstone torch as well. You also need some bricks and some glass. And that is pretty much all you need, except for a power source. And I've just got a redstone energy cell here. Alright, so let's see. The first thing you want to do is mark out the area that you want the filler to work in. So you do this by using landmarks. For example, you place your first landmark and place a redstone torch next to it. And this will give you the full size of what the filler could handle. Or quarry, exactly the same thing. So you can see we can go up to 64 blocks all the way that way. Of course, we don't want to do that. So I'm just going to say from that point to here, and I want it to be this long, and we could even give it a height if we so desire. You know, we might as well, why not? We don't really need that anymore. Let's say we want to have it up to there. You could put landmarks like that, by the way. Now if you right click a landmark, it'll box it off like that, and you can see I didn't even do that corner because it's not needed. This will tell it the height. And you only need 3 corners to make a good rectangle. Perfect. Now all you do is get your filler and place it next to the landmarks. Boom. You get this. The filler is now set to use that area. Nice. So what does the filler do exactly? Well, there's a lot of different modes that you can use. First of all, let's give it a bit of power. And you know, you can put a test track next to this to put items in here. The filling resources. Now the filler, I guess the name should say it all. It fills areas, but it does a lot more than that as well. So for this you need bricks and glass, and this will determine what the filler does, and that you do that here in the top part. So if we fill it like this with all bricks, it'll tell it to no tooltip. Oh god, it's been so long in the game. What it does is it'll fill the whole area with whatever block we put in it. So if we put some gold blocks in there, for example, it'll start filling up this whole area with gold blocks. Of course I didn't put enough in, because that would be ridiculous. But that's how it works. Now the other thing we can do, there's 6 of these, by the way. I'll show all of them to you because it's easy. The other thing you can do is put glass in there. Boom. It'll clear it all. Now one important thing to note is that it clears it, but it does not spit the items out. All it does, it sort of breaks the item like you would break an item like this, and the item is lying down there on the floor. Cool. So the clear is actually very cool. It's a bit faster than a quarry, so you know it's handy sometimes. Okay. Now another important thing to note is that when you set up a quarry in these lines, the quarry is exclusive. So this line here, which is at the same line of the yellow, is not used for a quarry, but for a filler it is. So that can be a bit confusing. All right, let's try another one. Let's make a nice little hole. Let's make one nice and deep. Why not? This probably goes to the void soon. Boom. That'll do. So we've got this really uneven area, and I'd really like to flatten it. So what we do is we get this glass out. We put the bricks down here, and then we just get some blocks. It doesn't really matter. We can get some large lapis blocks if we want to. Chuck those in there, and it'll start filling up. Oops, not bricks. Boom. Boom. See, it hasn't changed this, but it filled up all the holes with whatever block we said. So even the hole, where is it? That we made very deep. Somewhere here. This one. It's all the way to bedrock filled with these blocks. Now, one important thing to note is that it does not fill this because the top was not empty, so there was already dirt here, so it doesn't look further than that. So that's kind of important to note. Okay, So let's run that again. Now if you want to run it again, now it's stopped because it's finished. You just replace the glass, for example. That works. Hey. Boom. Cool. That works. Let's now get some other blocks. Let's get this out. Let's give it some pink colored bricks. Okay. It's derping again. And let's try some other patterns. So the first thing we want to try is, for example, no, we'll do that last. That's probably easier. So we tried the empty. We tried the flatten. But there's another cool thing, which is this one. This is the pyramid. Look at how cool that is. It looks a bit like a staircase, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. But hang on, we don't want to use that for a staircase. There is an actual thing for a staircase. So let's clear it first. Nice. I've got magnet mode on, that's why it sort of floats towards me. But normally these items would just be lying on the floor. Cool. So we did magnet mode. Let's try an actual staircase. Boom. Oh, whoops. Running out of stuff. And it does it in the orientation, so as you might imagine, so it goes that way. I'd have to do it a bit higher for it to go fully, but it does a 1 by 1. Pretty awesome, isn't it? Now, this is all pretty cool, and there's one more I should actually show you, which I'll do now. Whee! Look how fast that is. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. There's one more and I'll show you this quickly, and that is the box. Ran out of stuff again, but you can imagine what's happening. It puts a roof on it as well and all the sides, and just an empty box. Pretty awesome. Very, very handy. It gets better than that. You can use this for a lot of cool stuff. For example, do you want to make a furnace wall? No problem. We can break the filler. I have another one. Put some landmarks down. Let's say all the way up to here. Is that equal? Yep. Didn't use a redstone, so it's always a bit iffy. Let's say we wanted a furnace wall like that. Is that right? Furnace wall. Now you don't have to have a rectangle. You can just do what I do here. Like you don't need to have a box. You can just do a single layer. Works just fine. You can make blast furnaces with this if you so want it for some reason. You know, you never know. So let's put the filler down. Boom. Put all our electric furnaces in there because hey, why not? And tell it to go. Well, just do everything. Boom. Furnaces. I didn't know it would do it like that. That's kind of interesting. That's interesting. So that is the filler, and that's pretty much all I can tell you about it. That's all the patterns. I especially like the one that fills in gaps. That's the one I use the most. But it's so extremely handy, you know. Even if you wanted to make a massive castle, for example, instead of building the wall by yourself, just put some landmarks down and chuck your bricks in there. Boom, a wall as long as you want it. It's pretty awesome. Now I should note that the landmarks only do a 64 by 64 area maximum, but that is far. Like most people don't realize how big that is. I'll just show you now. This is 64 blocks away. Right at this tree. So you can see how far that is. We can fill that whole thing up in one go. How cool is that? So I've been using this mainly in my world at the moment to make walls. I'm filling up a quarry hole at the moment with a filler because hey, why not? I mean, you know, resources are just resources. Easy. Let's put some, I don't know, let's put some everything in there. Oop. Derping out again. Let's fill it with a filler, some glass. Probably need to get some bricks though. I can get really cool patterns with... Oh, that's half slabs. You get some really cool stuff going with this as well. Ah, okay. It didn't work because I didn't do that. And I didn't put a landmark there either. I'm so smart, aren't I? Oh, I could have just Boom. Works. Let's just... I don't know if landmarks work in torches. I think so. I think you can even use it on crops. Look how cool that is. Oh, a golden block. Some pink blocks, some furnaces, some glass. It is generally awesome. This is one of my favorite machines to just play with and see what kind of weird stuff I can find. You can also stop it halfway, by the way, and then sort of finish it up with something else, with another plug. I just want to try the torches. I think that's pretty cool. Stop, stop, stop. Torches. Boom. How cool is that? Why did it stop? It doesn't do landmarks, apparently. But it does do IC2 crops, I believe, and all that. How cool is that? Awesome. So thanks for watching, guys. The next tutorial I'll probably do about a quarry. It's pretty much the same as a filler to use, so that should be very simple. If you have any questions or suggestions, or did I miss any awesome stuff that you can do with the filler, let me know in the comments. And I'll see you next time.